Today in Semana via the Orbit, we have Luca Rossettini here with us. Hello, I'm Alice. Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to have you in our interview. And maybe, Luca, you can start by briefly describing your career path and introducing yourself.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Okay, so let's start telling you a little bit about me. So I have a background. I have a very technical background. I study space engineering. Then I got a PhD in advanced space propulsion, a master in robotics, one in software, one in strategic sustainability, and then a certificate in business. And the reason why I study a lot, actually I study too much probably, it's because my life goal was to become an astronaut. So whatever I did in my life was to get enough score for the European astronaut contest. So in 2008, when the astronaut contest came out in Europe, at that time I had two companies, one that was producing drones, when the drones were not cool yet. So it was still at the very beginning we were building big drones for recording videos of let's say for companies and so on. And then the second company was producing special effects for the movie sectors. So in 2008 astronaut contest, you know that in Europe you have one chance in a life to participate. And by the way, there is the astronaut contest now. So the European Space Agency just issued the new astronaut contest. It's one time every 10 years about. So I knew that I had only one chance. We were about 10,000 applicants at that time for 4 positions. And well, if I'm here, you already know the end of the story because I'm not an astronaut, right? So you know how it ended up. So I went through the entire selection, and almost at the end, I got a nice letter stating, well, you are not an astronaut now, try again later, you may be more lucky in the future. So I said, okay. And then it's when I decide, okay, I studied a lot. How can I get something back from all the piece of papers, all the degrees and titles, right? I said, okay, let's build my own spaceship and go to space. So I won a Fulbright scholarship. I went to study business in Silicon Valley in US, in Santa Clara University, where I met the other founder of the Orbit. So I met Renato there. I studied business there. Then I joined NASA and NASA Ames, and I was working in a very interesting project. It was called PhoneSat. So it was a small satellite with smartphones inside, and I have a lot of nice stories about that. But it's in my team, so there were myself, then Chris Boschwitzen and Will Marshall that then created Planet Lab. So it was really a very interesting project. And we all understood that small satellites were going to change the space market in the near future. So it was 2009, so like 12 years ago. And then 1 year later, I decided to go back to Europe to start the Orbit together with Renato. And that's how we started the company, with the idea of creating the first space logistics infrastructure to enable all the businesses in space, but also to allow me sooner or later to get to space as well.
Thank you, Luca. The variety of projects you worked on and your career path are really incredible. So you already explained what was the main drive that led you to found the Orbit. And now I'll ask you, what are currently the main projects that the Orbit has? And in the future, what projects do you aim to have?
If we think about, we take logistics for granted here on Earth, so we don't really think about logistics. But on a second thought, there will be no businesses, no companies working here on Earth without logistics. Even if you produce pens, then you need someone that pick up the pens at the factory, bring them to the distributor, and then so on to the shop where you can buy a pen for an affordable price. And this is like the basic concept of logistics. In space, there's nothing like that. So what we start doing in this, let's say, roadmap towards this big vision, we identified what was the first step that was related to space debris. So we start developing a solution for space debris that enabled us also to enter into the small satellite market, then regular satellite market, transportation of satellite market. That is what we are doing now, with all the related other aspects. We build our own cargos, we build our own software, we build our own system to control satellites through a network of ground stations that, by the way, it's called Aurora. And we like to verticalize everything. So what we are doing today is it's solving one of the a critical barrier for the development of the space sector, that is timely transportation of satellite into their final location in space. So this is what we are doing now. We are enabling satellite operators saving 85% of time from launch to operations, to like delivering the service, and 40% of cost savings on deploying their entire constellation.
Thank you, Luca, once again. And what do you like the most about your job? Maybe tell us about a special memory that you have during your career at the Orbit, and what made it so unforgettable.
Well, I have to say that every single day I enjoy what I'm doing, and but what really keep me motivated to continue growing this company is really the people that you find in this company. When you see the engineers and the program managers and the salespeople, and you see their eyes that are really sparkling, it's really amazing. And you say, wow, if they are motivated, I will be 2 times motivated, 3 times motivated. It's really amazing what you see when you walk around the corridors, or you now of course it's pretty much in virtual mode, right? So we have this bi-weekly call with all the companies, so from UK, Portugal, Italy, but also in different locations, because there are some people that are working from home. It is amazing how everybody's really working beyond a simple, let's say, job to build something that is relevant for the entire society. So I think this is really powerful. In terms of experience, well, first of all, every time we launch something in orbit, I think I lose 10 years of my life. So it's it's every time. So it's not that because we launched it the first time in 2013, then we launched again in 2017, now in 2020, now again. A few weeks ago, we are going to launch again in June, and then twice in December. But still, every time it's really an emotion, and for everybody.
And now I'll move to a slightly different topic, which is what are the opportunities that you offer right now for students, for example, in terms of recruitment, internships, theses, that maybe would interest our students as well.
By the way, right after that experience in 2013, what happened is that we won an award from MIT, like a money reward, right? So usually when you participate to business plan competition, you get a tag that you can put on the wall, right? But the tag cannot help you paying the salaries at the end of the month. But in that case was real money, right? So and the Portuguese investor at that time offered to double the amount if we were investing in Portugal. And that's why we are in Portugal today. So we decided, oh, wow, that's great. We can have more money. We can have a Portuguese team developing the software for the entire company. And with time, the Portuguese company not only developed the software for, let's say, all our products, but they developed their own products. That is Aurora. That is like quite a unique software platform that now it's really on the edge and attracting a lot of interest from all the satellite operators. So we have a lot of open positions right now in every different areas. Honestly, I don't remember all of them, but definitely if you go on the website, you will find all the job list. But let's say more in general, what we like is to work with students while they are working on their thesis, because we need to understand the DNA of the person, the commitment, and what are the dreams of that person. So what are you willing to build for yourself in the future and for the entire society? What is your personal vision? And then we build from there. So usually if the thesis it's done well, then there is then you can work immediately in the company. But even if you work on the thesis on like something else and you are not, let's say, in the orbit, you can ask for an internship. And the internship, as I said, usually if it is an internship because you think that you want to stay in the orbit right after, usually the internship goes from 4 to 6, 8 months maximum, because I think it's enough to understand if you like the orbit, and then you start working in the orbit. Or there are some cases in which you just want to have an experience in the space sector, right? So, and the unique opportunity in the orbit is that you can really see pretty much everything in a very short time. So I'm used to say that a young engineer hired in the orbit right after graduation, in 2 years, has already designed, built, tested, launched in space, operated, and removed the satellite.
Thank you, Luca. And I have a final question for you. What message would you send to young students and young Portuguese students who would like to pursue a career at the orbit?
Yes. So first of all, I have 2 messages. So the first one. So the first one is make sure that you show your commitment. So we want to see people that is really motivated to make the difference. It's very important that you come in the orbit because you want to accomplish something great. So we are not afraid of challenges. Actually, whatever we do, there are no reference, right? So we are the first on doing what we do. So it's a very complex, work to do. Sometimes it's scary because you cannot go and Google, okay, I will do as the other guy did in the past. But if you are committed enough, and you will find a lot of help in all the other people in the company, and definitely we are going to succeed. So motivation and commitment. Even more than just a simple curriculum. The second message that is very important, every time that I see a curriculum, I always see a lot of, most of the page or pages, if it is more than one, it's occupied by professional experience, right? So you explain very well what you studied and the work you have done and what you accomplished in other companies, but we are not hiring your CV. We are hiring you as a person. So I want to know you, what you do in your free time. What are your hobbies? Are you playing a guitar, and at what level? Are you just playing in your room, or are you playing like concerts in bars or like locations? Are you paid for what you do? Or if you like running, are you just running 10 minutes in the morning, or are you running the marathon? So tell me about you as a person. Which type of books you read, it's very important, because as I said before, here we are a team. There is no genius in the orbit that can work alone. We need a team that actually becomes a genius. So I need to understand if you fit with all the other people in the company. So it's very important. Please add always a great description on who you are, on top of course, of what you did and what you are doing.
It's great advice. And I would like to thank you so much for having the time to be here with us. And it was a pleasure for us. And I think the students will love it as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much. My pleasure, and good luck.